Pokemon Crystal, me proving to everyone with my magic skills to become a real Pokemon champion, featuring Daisy as my assistant. Enjoy the video! Hey guys, I'm Rosalina, and welcome to my new Pokemon series in Pokemon Crystal. Yup, I'm Daisy, and I'm Rosalina's assistant in this one. Yup, I hope you all are ready for this, because my soul suggested me to do this series first. You all wanted me to prove I am a real Pokemon champion? Well, you're going to get it. Yep, this is exciting. Although Crystal is almost similar to Gold and Silver, there are a few differences. Yep, one of the differences is that in Crystal, there is a move tutor. There is a move tutor in Kanto, and that can allow me to teach Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, or Flamethrower if I want to. So yeah, that is what the move tutor pretty much does in that game. And of course, there are a few extra trainers, plus the Rival 3 battle that I was going to do anyway is mandatory in that one. Yep. So with all in all, it is quite similar. But there is another difference. Let me show you. Well, this is all the same, and we're gonna keep them on. Shift, yeah. Let's do some sort of frame like that. That's alright. Menu account. Let's do that on. New game? And it will ask me, yes, there is a girl option. I'm obviously going to be the girl, which is of course a thing. That is something new in this game. You normally couldn't change genders, but now you can. And I'm gonna make it night because, well, some Pokemon are caught in the night and some of them are caught during the day. And I will specifically choose nighttime because, well, I actually prefer that a little bit better. Yes? 0. No wonder it's so dark. Yep, true. The time doesn't really matter, but we decided just to stick with this because, I mean, that is a little bit better. Yup. I'm gonna go through a whole bunch of dialogue, which Professor Oak was, of course, telling me. And yeah, here's the girl. Well, what are you gonna name it? Because, I mean, Rosalina is impossible because you only can do 7 characters. True. But do you know what name I am going to call myself? Rosie? Nope. Watch Daisy. Oh! Is that your Japanese name? Correct. In the Japanese region, yeah, Bowser was called Koopa, but I was called in Smash Bros. Rosetta. And that is my name in, of course, as you already know, the Japanese version. So yeah, that is why I'm gonna call myself the Japanese name. So I'm pretty much gonna be Rosetta for this one. And there's another fun fact. Suicune, you probably remember it, is of course, was a roaming legendary beast, but that is now not the case. And I'll also allow my mom to save my money. Waluigi didn't do that, but I actually forgot that your mom can give you many good items, such as even a moonstone. Although it is not useful for me right now. What day is it? Let's just say it's Wednesday, yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, this is... Do you know how to use the phone? Yeah, pretty much no. Don't you just turn the Boca gear on? Yeah, I know. I know, Mom. Just... Alright, let's just go. Yeah, I'm also quite interested to see what starter you're going to pick. Yeah, and this rival, I heard that you have an amazing name for this guy, Daisy. That's right, but I'll tell you more about it later. Oh, okay. Alright, can you guess, Daisy, what starter am I going to pick? Well, Luigi already picked Totodile, so there's only a 50-50 chance of you getting the starter right. Is it Chikorita? You'll see. But because if it really is Chikorita, I have to strategize a lot. So are you gonna make it harder on yourself on picking the worst Johto starter? Well, you'll see. So here you said Chikorita. That's wrong. You guessed Totodile. You're wrong. But I'll pick Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil, alright, interesting, but it does have a couple of weaknesses. One of them being, of course, Whitney. I know, but before Whitney, there is a Pokemon I am gonna catch. I've built up my team for myself, and I'm gonna save right here because this is a tedious process, because I'm gonna need to make sure I get a very good Cyndaquil. So yeah, the rival will have Totodile, which gives it an advantage, but I don't care. And thank goodness it's male, because I don't want it to be a female Cyndaquil. Because I'm going to name this thing... You can probably see. Oh. So another Pokemon is named Mario. Yeah, but this is Fire Mario. It doesn't really matter what name I'm gonna give him, but pretty much that is about it. And by the way, I am gonna look at its base stats soon. I'm gonna look at its base stats, and if they are good enough, I will record further. If it isn't good enough, I'll reset every time until I have a good Cyndaquil. So I'm gonna look at this Cyndaquil right here, which has 19 HP. It's not as shiny either, but what does it have? Ooh. I'm not sure, Daisy, but I don't think this Cyndaquil is like the best Cyndaquil. Because 19 HP isn't all that good. I want actually 20. Well, that's fine. You can reset every time you like. Well, true. However, I do have to reset a lot of times for that then. Well, that's why you of course have this game. It's of course for resetting. Alright. Well, guys, whenever I find a perfect Cyndaquil, I'll be right back then. Yep. See ya soon. Alright guys, I actually finally found the Cyndaquil that I needed. However, I am playing on a different version, the same version that Toad played Pokemon Red, but the reason is, in that version I could actually save my game and not having to worry about losing my progress, because that is something that did happen in the other games. Yeah, and this Cyndaquil, although its defense is bad, it has an insane attack and special defense stats, and also special attack and speed. Well, the defense is kind of awful, but other than that, it's pretty good. Yeah, and I nicknamed it after Fire Mario, as you already saw. The reason, of course, is because, well, you already know what reason. The reason is so that way, of course, we can, because that is, what I, decided to do onwards. And yeah, there is a speed up function, but hearing the game speed up is going to make your ears hurt, so I'm not going to put you through that painful process. But anyways, let's get started on the journey. Yeah. Alright, well, how are you gonna train up Fire Mario, by the way, Rosalina? I have no idea. And yeah, I turned on animations because, I mean, of course, why not? Alright, another encounter. And yeah, I'm playing the perfect version of this game, pretty much. That is one of the games that's called right there. And yeah, it isn't kidding. This version is perfect. And yeah, the reason why I wanted it to be nighttime is because I'm gonna do a Faulkner strat to defeat Faulkner. I actually have a question. Do you want to defeat him in the first episodes? Not quite. I will do the Sprout Tower off camera. That's one thing I am going to do because, well, it's because, I mean, I actually kind of prefer it that way. I am actually kind of curious, Daisy, what sort of name you have for the rival. You'll see. I think stereo music isn't as great here, so I'm gonna change it. Although it doesn't really matter what music I choose. But yeah, all those hoot hoots, the only thing it has is peck and growl. Actually, no, it has tackle. Well, correct me, but it has tackle. And yeah, this is how great tackle is, guys. A 5% chance of missing, and it happens. This is why most of the speedrunners always pick Totodile as starter, because Scratch can't miss. It practically can't. Yeah. And if you're wondering why is the HB a little bit glitched, well, there is nothing we can do about that. And we needed it to be night because, well, one of the Pokemon that you can get there is only a nighttime Pokemon. Yeah. And against a normal Pokemon, that Pokemon can't, the wild Pokemon can't actually damage it. I'm gonna go quickly through this to get another berry because I just have lost my berry because of a wild encounter. And losing a berry like that is gonna suck. And as you can see on the bottom screen, the game will basically just tell you about what area you're in. So that is good for keeping track because most of the time you don't notice unless you, of course, hear a different song. Yeah, facts. And yeah, since it's nighttime, there's also Spinarak. Yeah. Well, Spinarak does have Poison Sting, so that's quite annoying. Right here, as you can already see. Are you sure you want to defeat it? Yeah, the experience is worth it. And that will make me get level 6, which also lets me have, as you probably know, Smokescreen, which is pretty good to annoy some people with. And abilities in this game aren't a thing, so I can even use it against Faulkner. Yeah, let's actually hope your Elite Four process is not going to be lost. Yeah, just to make sure it isn't lost, Daisy, I'm never going to the Ruins of Alph because that was the reason why it was lost last time. Yeah, makes sense. And here you can get many berries. And that's the room where you get a berry, and berries are actually pretty important. But alright, anyways, I'm just gonna equip one of them right here. I do have to tell you that, just like with the other games, that, well, of course, there is a limited backspace. Well, unlike in Generation 1, it is not 20. No, it is actually more than that. Probably 30 stuff can be in your bag. And by the way, the game will actually tell you whenever a box is full, unlike in Generation 1. So trying to catch all the Pokemon isn't really so stressful anymore. And a level 6 starter would do perfectly for the rival. And yeah, I'm gonna skip through a lot of this dialogue as you've already seen this before. And there's Professor Oak on the right. Yeah. By the way, Daisy, will we do character animations as well included? Actually, no. I don't feel like doing that. But yeah, I do want to tell you, Rosalina, can we both do a high five whenever we defeat gym leaders? Of course. Of course we can do a high five. And yeah, we're not going to do character animation or else it's too much editing for Team Yoshi. And besides, we're already using our webcam, which is already good. This is why the Pokemon Center in Cherry Grove City is not really useful. Alright, the rival old Totodile. Yep. He is in such a panic that he can't even correctly say... He can't even correctly spell of what the problem is. Yeah. Poor Elm. One of his Pokemon got stolen by this little jerk. And I already know who this jerk is going to be. You already know? Yeah, I actually am very curious too, Daisy. Who are you going to be naming the rival? You'll see. It's already been displayed in the intro, so for the people that already saw the intro, that is there's one of the reasons. And yeah, this is exclusive to Crystal version. There's a Poliwag which has hypnosis, but I'm not gonna use Poliwag because I already have my team scheduled for myself. I'm also very glad you don't get any shinies because you don't even have Pokeballs yet. Oh yeah, imagine getting a shiny which is a 1 in 8,192 chance of happening and you don't have Pokeballs. You would literally just want to rip your head off if that is the case. Alright, let's see. Nah, this is good. Oh, and by the way, Rosalina, I'm gonna do the Generation 4 Shock team as well. Oh, really? Yeah, because, I mean, it is probably one of my favorites ever. Can you first go to, yeah, Route 30? Because I want to do, and yeah, now go down and go to your rival. Alright. Yeah, the rival, it can beat me, but let's just not say that before anything weird happens. And there he is. You got a Pokemon in the lab? What a waste. A wimp like you. Yeah. This is by far the meanest rival ever. Yep, time for the versus screen. Yep. Let's do it in just about... Well, let's wait until the song is over. Alright. Let's do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and... now. Of course, it has to be me in my fighting pose against this damn jerk. I will tell you, Rosalina, animations are gonna make this a whole lot longer. Yeah, what I'm gonna do is literally lower Totodile's accuracy because it has Scratch, which can never miss. But now it can. But I'm also gonna leer it so its defense is weakened. It does hit you with Scratch. Yeah, but I have a berry, so it doesn't matter. I will make it so annoying for the rival that he will literally just have nothing to do. However, he is getting lucky with the accuracy rolls. I think you should now attack. Yeah, however, it has Scratch and I have Tackle, which has a 5% chance to miss. And Totodile is pretty bulky. Yeah. It does suck having to use one of the potions. Yeah, and it doesn't even matter if I lose, although... Do I really allow myself to lose? Nope. Absolutely no way. Alright, finally one of the scratches missed. Yeah. I know you guys can call me lame by using a potion in this first rival battle, but listen guys. It's either you win the rival battle or you just lose, and losing lets me lose so much experience, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to look like a loser to you all. So please understand, whatever way I'm doing it, it works. Yeah. But yeah, it's also because you have a weak defense of Cyndaquil. That is also the reason why the rival did so much damage to you. And also, Totodile used also Leer, so yeah, that also is one of the reasons. Yep. But luckily... Oh. Oops. I meant to grab an item there, which I will grab later now, because I have went completely over it, not realizing. Yeah. But now it's time for my favorite part, naming the rival. Oh my god, Daisy, who are you going to nickname the rival? Because I remember that Evila L was Waluigi's rival, but now that she's terminated, who is my rival now? Well, you'll see. Can I have the controller? Alright, here you go. Yeah, you guys on the webcams can see me using a controller, but Daisy is the one controlling now. Oh. Oh, Daisy, you couldn't have handpicked a better rival than Chelsea. Yup, Chelsea is your new rival, Rosalina, and for a good reason. Oh my god. Yes! Oh my god, Daisy, you make me laugh like crazy. I'm very happy that you made Chelsea my rival. She definitely deserves it. Yeah, and since this rival kind of looks like a girl, although it is a boy character, I know. This is the best I can do, guys. Literally. Yep, I am going to talk to my mom, of course. Yep. Thank you for the Pokeballs. Alright. Now let's go to my mom, who she is right here. What? 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 Hello? Oh, she's in the kitchen. Oh, that's where she is. Yes. Of course. Of course, Mom. I won't disappoint you, ever. Anyways, now let's get started on the real journey, and that is catching Pokemon. I will catch one, but it's only specifically meant to battle Falkner and to catch another Pokemon. And no, we don't need your tutorial, mister, because it takes too long, and I already have a long journey ahead. Well, that was lucky you didn't get an encounter there. Yeah, it is pretty common to get an encounter. But now my encounter luck apparently is gonna run out. Yep, called it. Alright, let's see which one this is. Alright, Hoodoo, I need it at... Alright. If it is a male Hoodoo at level 4, I'm going to catch it. Because, of course, I'm going to need it to get one of the Pokemon I need. Alright, I already got that. Let's go over here, because here was an item. Nope. Alright, never mind. This doesn't work. Alright, anyway, let's go over here. And I can also buy some extra potions in this Pokemart, but I mean, I gotta do it. Yeah, this is strangely one of the Pokemart's games. Well, actually, this generation has the Pokemart has no custom music other than the city you're in. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I mean, why does that make sense? And by the way, another addition to Crystal is that You know actually now when a legendary beast is gonna spawn from listening to the music, because remember the short that Daisy made and me with catching Entei and Raikou? That music is actually back here. Also, will you first battle a trainer or not? No. I'm actually first going to catch the Pokemon which I needed, and that is the Hoothoot. I'm going to catch the Hoothoots because it's going to be needed to, of course, use the Faulkner strat. And Spinarak is not one of the Pokemon we need. And it's basically just a better Weedle, in my opinion. Because Weedle doesn't learn any new moves, while Spinarak does. Yeah. Poliwag isn't helpful either, right? Yep. It is helpful for a few things, but... And it could be a pretty good fit in your team, but for me, nah. I need the Hoothoot. And at least... Alright, you know what? Whatever. I don't care if it is at level 4, and if it is... Actually, I don't care if it's a female. I pretty much don't care because, I mean... I won't plan on using Hoothoot anyway. It's gonna be a HM Slave for Fly in case Cypher... Or actually, wait, in case one of my Pokemon members can learn that. Oh wait, did you just expose one of your Pokemon? Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't hear that. Yeah, for one of the Pokemon, I'm gonna... In case one of the Pokemon in my team can't learn Fly, due to this game being weird, I'll just teach you to Hoothoot instead. We also plan on using the legendary birds, which are the box legendaries of this game. Those. Pretty much no. No. I'm not gonna use them. I'll just use the normal Pokemon the game has given me from the start, because it's otherwise, otherwise it's literally just, yeah, otherwise it's just, a little bit too simple. Anyway, I'm first gonna heal up the Hoothoot. I need it to be at a level where it learns Peck, and having it trained on the backgrounds is actually pretty helpful. Actually, I'm not going to battle a youngster Joey yet. Oh, you just stepped into an encounter. Yeah. It's another Hoothoot, but it doesn't matter. Oh, and this one is male. Are you for real? Are you for real? Why is this Hoot a male Hoothoot at level 4? The game is basically just baiting me right now. Yeah. It baited you pretty hard. But alright, you can easily destroy this Pidgey with your Hoothoots. Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't gain much experience from that. That is unfortunate. And yeah, since of course I'm a female Hoothoot, it has terrible DVs. Yeah, it's from 0 to 7, I believe, and then 8 to 15 is male. Correct. And Shinies have even better DVs, and the Odd Act has no DVs, by the way. What? 0? Yep, I'm not joking. It has 0 DVs. Thank goodness Rattata's move missed. I am definitely going to use Fire Mario because Hoothoot is way too dangerous to use against this Rattata. This Rattata has a pretty strong tackle. Even Fire Mario is not a good matchup for it, but it does do more damage. Yeah. It's pretty much a tackle and tackle battle. Yeah, true. But yeah, I will battle youngster Joey later. And heal up everybody. It only sucks you got 24 experience from that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna use... I'll use one of the berries, and... Hoot Hoot, you're healed. And one of them I'm gonna give to Fire Mario. Which will automatically activate. You sure about that, youngster Joey? Yeah. Also, by the way, Rosalina, you can make phone calls. Yeah, but I'm not going to make many because of a reason. There is an NPC that can call you for a water stone, and since you only have access to one of the stones in this game, having a NPC that just gives you a evolution stone without having to randomly choose is awesome. Yeah, however, your Hoot Hoot is in risk of fainting now because of all those tail whips. Yeah, I'm not gonna sacrifice Hoot Hoot. It's gotta be you, Fire Mario. It can't actually survive a tackle. Unless it crits. Yeah. Unless it crits, it doesn't survive it, but it does. Luckily, the berry did its thing. And of course, yeah, love tackle. Love tackle. Yeah. Pretty annoying and has a 5% chance to miss. In Generation 5, it is 50 base power and 100 accuracy. So basically, struggle without recoil. That's what this move is actually about. Yeah. Hoot Hoot still didn't learn Peck. Alright. When does it learn it? It probably is at level 9, I believe. Oh my god. If it is really at level 9, I'm gonna go insane. Oh, and by the way, there are some trainers that are spinners. Forgot to mention. Yeah, I know. These are pretty annoying because you need to get by them, especially minimum battles. They are annoying. I'll just get rid of this Hoot Hoot because, I mean, the experience points are nice. And I need them anyway. Every time the opponent has a chance of getting a critical hit, it's literally... Yeah. The thing is, critical hits in this game, they are just a vanilla 1 in 16 chance of happening. So it's not that likely. And by the way, in this game, critical hits also ignores, for an example, when you're burned, it ignores the burn, pretty much. So it also ignores statuses. Yeah, I didn't actually know that. Yeah, but that is something in Generation 2. Which also, by the way, another thing I do want to tell you. I didn't want to battle that trainer yet, but it's alright. Don't you agree, Rosalina, with animations, it takes longer? It does take longer, but it's worth it. I'm not sure about that. Alright, now you're slower than this Caterpie. Hold on, no, I didn't want to go to back. That's a problem when you constantly spam. Yeah, you're right, Daisy, I am now slower. I probably was first outspeeding it, and now I am slower. Yeah. But at least this Caterpie could give you good experience. Yeah, in the beginning game, the pre-evolved Pokemon is pretty good, but when we get to the Team Rocket section, when we are in the mid-game, that is gonna suck. Oh yeah, the rocket hideout, it's never fun. Nope. Alright, tackle. So far, so good. But yeah, you need the Hoot Hoot exactly for Falkner, but why? Well, I'm going to introduce you, Lazy. You've probably seen it before in J-Rose 11, but it's Falkner strats, which is the strategy to get rid of Mud Slap. And when Mud Slap is removed, oh, Foresight, that is a move at level 6. So it doesn't learn Peck yet. Yeah, if you use Foresight, it removes one of the types. Or it actually identifies it. Yeah, it identifies. There's the Bellsprout. I could use that also. I could use that to catch my encounter. Well, Bellsprout only have Vine Whip, which is resisted. Yeah, but it still does a lot of damage with that critical hit. And I don't do much damage because, of course, females suck. Actually, I'm gonna save my potions. You're almost out of tackles, too. Yeah, that is a problem. Power points. Thank goodness my critical hit was enough to knock it out. I actually wanted to leave the grass. I'm first gonna get to Violet City, and then I would be a little bit better. Let's hope you don't encounter trainers on the way. Yeah, actually, you know what? No. This free potion, I can use that, so I wouldn't be out. There we go. Now I can battle more trainers with this thing. You don't want to train up Cyndaquil? Well, I actually do want to train it up, but not now. I actually want to have Hoot Hoot learn Peck because of one of the encounters. Can't you just use somebody that... Why do you want specifically Peck? Well, because the Pokemon I'm about to catch, like I said, can't hit normal Pokemon, and Hoot Hoot is normal flying. Normal flying, alright. But does it really need to be that high of a level? Yep. Just look up Hoot Hoot's movesets. Alright, fine, I'm looking it up. Alright, oops. Sorry that you saw that screen there. Of, Alright. Each of the Caterpies are also a 3-hit KO, which is pretty annoying. Yeah. It makes the battles indeed very slow, but I mean, that's the thing with low DV's Pokemon. Yeah. I'm probably going to be out of tackles if that is the case. Well, what will you do now when you're out of tackles? If I'm really out of tackles, I'm pretty much just gonna... I'm going to swap... Pretty much what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna now, since I have only one tackle left, I'll now swap into Cyndaquil. Oh, so you're gonna use him against the Weedle? Yeah, because I have no choice. I'm out of power points. And I don't think the Weedle would be one-shot by a, literally by just, as you probably know, a tackle. Yeah, even Cyndaquil didn't one-shot, so if that Pokemon can't do it, then Hoot Hoot can't either. True. Actually, it's a 2-shot, but alright, that's okay. Alright, I'm gonna look. And yeah, this is why Daisy has the PC. She's looking up some of the movesets. Yeah. Alright, get out of here. There we go, that's what I wanted. Alright. Alright, Bulbapedia, show me. Oh. Wow. What? Well, Rosalina, this is going to take years. It only knows Peck at level 11. What? Why does Hoot Hoot take so long to get Peck? Yeah, I don't understand either. But yeah, it's either Hoot Hoot or a different, or a bad, or pretty much just a bad Pokemon to use against your encounter. You know what? No, screw this. I'm not going to use Hoot Hoot. It's pretty much going to be Dare for Faulkner. I'll be using a different Pokemon. So let's go to Bill's PC. This Bobbit's my Hoot Hoot. Goodbye. I don't want to use Hoot Hoot anymore because of this. But anyways, I'll see you guys later when I get my encounter. And the encounter I'm going to get is going to be massive. Alright, well, I'm curious too. Well, you'll see in just a moment. Alright guys, time to show you guys what encounter I'm going to get. Alright, it is in Sprout Tower. Will you also go there to battle trainers? No. I'm not going there to battle trainers. I will save because just in case of a fluke. Also, I did forget something, which was to buy extra Pokeballs because off camera, I actually caught some Pokemon that would help me, which, of course, Poliwag being one of them. The reason why I want a Poliwag is because it knows Hypnosis. And yeah, Hypnosis is very good. And here's the Pokemon I want to get. It is, of course, needs to be male. Very good. Oh. Well, I didn't know that. It doesn't get Hypnosis until a higher level. Yeah. And of course, this Pokemon has Hypnosis. So yeah, that is not going to work. I'll use something else. But yeah, this is the Pokemon I do want to get. Yeah, a Ghastly. Alright. Pretty interesting. That was actually one of the Pokemon I wanted to get for Waluigi. True. I know. And yeah, I know Vine Whip is double resisted, but it's the only thing I can do to damage Ghastly with. And at least, although this is a tedious process, it'll be worth it. Well, not if your Pokemon is asleep. True. At least I can't be paralyzed. You're still asleep. Wow. Yeah, sleep can still take forever. And once again, I'm staying asleep. I literally just cannot wake up. No. Sleep doesn't last from 1 to 7 turns, but it lasts from... Well, it does last from 1 to 7 turns, it feels like, as this is the 6th turn, I am still asleep. Took about damn time. Alright, you got a crit, that's good. Yeah, but Lake is pretty much gonna knock me out. I only have one of them. I'm pretty certain it's not gonna work. Might as well just try. Oh, it did work. Well, that's good. It's a good thing you got the Ghastly on the first ball. Yeah, normally loves Escape, but yeah. Here's the nickname for this Ghastly I'm gonna use, and the reason why I wanted to use it is because, of course, since it's a Ghost type, it is immune to normal moves. Yeah. And, oh, wait, I kind of get what you mean, because Hoot Hoot is normal flying, and Faulkner is Mud Slap, and you're pretty much just going to get rid of Mud Slap by swapping in Ghastly and swapping in Hoot Hoot. Yep. However, I have to do this safely and keep track. if I don't keep track, then the Ghastly is gonna be knocked out. And yeah, and this nickname is going to be Waluigi because I will use this Ghastly in my party. Well, until level 25 when it evolves into Haunter. Oh, nice. Yeah, unfortunately I can't get a Gengar because, of course, I'm playing one version and I needed that Pokemon to be traded over, so that's not gonna happen. No, true. But yeah, that was the Pokemon I wanted to show you guys, of course. However, I will this Bobbit and Bellsprout now. Actually, no. Use it for a different purpose. Because there is an in-game trade, which we never did. Oh yeah, true. However, I'm not even using, I know which in-game trade you mean, but I'm not even gonna use Rocky. And yes, we do need to say goodbye to this Bellsprout, and we're probably gonna get the same, and yeah, we're getting, of course, the same Pokemon back. Well, is actually, by the way, is the Onyx also female? It definitely could, because I mean, it could be female, but it is, of course, its nickname is, of course, Rocky. Yeah. And the reason why Rocky is a little bit good is because, well, it gains 50 XP faster. It is a male type. Yeah. However, I'm not going to use Rocky. You're welcome. Anyways, time to leave. Also, how do you change the clock? Well, in this game it's even more ridiculous than in the other version because basically what you have to do is you not only need to normally you use a B select and down, but when you did B select and down, let go of select, hold select while letting go of B and down, then left up, and then release select. That is how you do it. Yeah, if you press select B and up, you will delete your save data. And that is something you don't want to happen. Yeah. So yeah, Rosalina already has 6 Pokemon in the Pokedex. Yep. However, I never used the Bellsprout. Poliwag, I thought it would learn, yeah, actually, wait, hold on. I actually saved a little bit too early because I actually wanted to spot at some things, such as, of course, Rocky and Poliwag. And I will keep Waluigi and Cyndaquil, and I'm also going to withdraw this Hoot Hoot. Alright, well, how will you train up Waluigi? Well, pretty much the only thing I have to do is just to go for Bellsprout because I double resist the Vine Whip, as you already saw from the Bellsprout that I used. So yeah, pretty much that is the way for me to sweep and level up Waluigi. It is weak to physical moves, but I mean, the only physical move that is scary is, of course, ground moves and also perhaps flying, which is also physical. But yeah, that is it. Alright. Well, this is also it, guys, for the very first episode of Pokemon Crystal with Rosalina trying to be a Pokemon champion. Yep. I'll save now. And there we go. I hope I don't lose all my progress because I'm gonna need all of it. Literally all of it. Yeah, true. But I think if you just fill in from the beginning, such as right here, and then go to Google and then type in from this thing. That, and then you play this version. And I'll turn that version's game off. Yep. The save file is still there. Wow. That is amazing. This website is like the best. Yep, it definitely is. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Sorry if it is a very long one in episode 1, but I mean, this game is pretty slow-paced sometimes. That's all I have to say. Yep. And if you did enjoy the video, be sure, of course, to hit the like button, share to your friends, and subscribe if you're new. Yes, and we'll see you all next time for some more, of course. Team Yoshi Storyteller, Princess Daisy Gaming Single Multiplayer, Blaze the Cat's Mission Tester Single Multiplayer. Also to, of course, Team Yoshi's Pokemon Speedrun, The Adventures of Toad and Daisy, and Team Yoshi the Gamer episodes. Correct! Even though Rosalina has just started, she will become a real Pokemon champion of Johto, and eventually the Pokemon champion of the world versus Red. Yep, I'll be doing all the battles, even the Kanto battles. I'll be showing it to you all, pretty much. And I hope you're ready for this series, because this is going to be a very long gameplay, but it'll be all worth it at the end. Yeah. And which Pokemon Rosalina will use, she will also show you all later. Yep. I have of course saved track, so that way I know exactly which Pokemon I am going to catch and that I don't lose any of them. Alright. Well, that's good to know. Yep. Alright, let's stop the video, Daisy. Of course, I mean, otherwise the episode would take like an hour. Correct. Alright, bye! See ya! Enjoy Rosalina's new series.